Welcome back to Tania's Truth Talk. We're here with Boz Poone, and let's continue on hearing about Boz's amazing testimony. So Boz, we just left off at the earlier commercial break there talking about what the pivotal turn was that really made you get a grasp of Jesus in your life.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
Oh, I remember. I was just talking about, so I was born as a Catholic. So I went to church, doing all those stuff when I was younger in Hong Kong, where I was born.
Right.
So after I came to Canada, because of the culture shock and the language barrier, my whole family just stopped going to church. Because it's just, we can't relate to it anymore.
Right.
So that is kind of like where my life was going out of the church community into the secular world.
But you still had that, should I say, that seed was planted
Totally.
by your parents, so you knew
Yeah.
you had some foundation there.
Absolutely.
So what was it that led you towards coming back to Christ?
Well, before we get into that, let me give you just a tiny bit more of history.
Sure.
So during my during my high school years, my belief system was hugely tainted by the media. All these music videos that I saw on MTV, Much Music, all these rappers having all these fancy cars, fancy clothes,
Yes.
beautiful ladies, so sexy ladies. I
Yes.
thought those were happiness, so that's why I thought I have to chase after these things.
So you were chasing after that.
Exactly.
Right.
So I was building up based on that model in my life.
Right.
That's why I want to enter to the music industry. That's why I want to become a superstar.
That's why it's so important today in society that
Exactly.
we keep a guard on what our children are listening to, because the music is so influential.
Oh, absolutely.
In their perspective on what is successful in today's society and what they should be
Exactly.
striving for.
Yeah. So the turning point is when all these things, all this kingdom that I built, that I built for
This
myself.
worldly kingdom.
Exactly.
Right.
Just shattered. Everything just fell apart. When I lost
Crumbled.
everything, even the girlfriend that I loved so dearly, I finally she was gone, and I have nothing left in myself, like nothing. I have no will to survive.
Wow. You know, the Bible even talks about building your foundation upon a
Shifting
rock
sand.
and not shifting sand.
Exactly.
So you built yours on the sand.
Exactly.
And it
They
crumbled
didn't really recognize that until
then.
Yeah.
So what happened?
And then God showed up. It's back to my basic belief system. I remember that there was a God. There was Jesus.
Right.
Cried out to him with the help of some of my brothers, some of my mentors in prison.
Wow.
They saw that I was sombolized, like I was paralyzed. I don't want to survive anymore. And this church community in prison, this brotherhood in prison, they came to knock on my cell door.
Were you suicidal in prison?
I didn't know what to say. Like, you can say yes or you can say no. I just didn't know what to do with my life anymore.
Right.
And God just sent me people, pastor, even priests, Christians, inmates, came to knock on my door and just
He
continue to support me,
Just
pray
kept
for me.
surrounding you with godly
Yeah,
people.
Yep.
Hey?
And help me to pray. I didn't even know how to pray anymore. And
Wow.
then they taught me, it's not about just the word that you say, it's about your heart.
So what was that breaking moment that God's Holy Spirit just got a hold of you?
When I
Do you
started
remember
to
that
talk to him with human language,
Just like he's your daddy.
just like everyday human language, I remember that I was like, God, are you real? If you are real,
Show me.
talk to me. Talk to me. And one night, he did. And a vision came down to me. I was praying at night and then saw a cloud of great white lights coming down from heaven. And they just
Wow.
coming to me slowly, slowly until it came into my heart, and a voice, a very gentle, but with authority, a voice with authority came to tell me that, don't be afraid. I'm
Wow.
your Lord
Right.
and I will rescue you.
Wow.
Yeah. That was the turning point, and that's just changed everything.
So you found Christ in prison,
That's right.
in your prison cell,
Exactly.
on your knees. I find that's happens so often that people know about God, but it's when times get tough and they're so broken that they just
Yeah.
really turn to Him. And unfortunately, it happens that way sometimes, but in your case, God never let 1 ounce of your pain go to waste. He was making sure He was getting all the glory in that.
That's right.
So can you tell me a little bit more about the work that you're doing today? I know that you're a leader in a local church, more than 12.
That's right.
You're a rapper there, and I've heard you rap, and you're amazing. I mean, to sit here and speak to you today, you were just such a quiet, meek man, but when you get behind that microphone, it's like a whole different person comes alive.
Right.
How is your music affecting the community today and the people that you're reaching out to? What type of feedback are you getting from that?
Right. Because I have a unique background, I can speak Cantonese, Mandarin, and English.
Okay.
So I've just sensed a calling to use these languages to reach out to today's people. And what I mean by today's people, young generation, people that still love the party scenes, people that are of this technological age.
Right.
I would love to use technology, music videos, visual effects, music, sound,
Right.
whatever you name it, media, to reach out to them.
Right.
Some of my ministry that I'm involved in, of course, prison ministry.
Yes,
I have guys.
I hear in the prisons you're quite the local hero, from what I'm hearing. You're very well known and respected in the prisons, and you're touching many lives in there. And your story is giving so many people in prison hope. Boz,
I thank you for bringing that up. I have my brothers calling me from the inside. Like almost every week, they just give me different reports. So I do send in my video and whatever I have out here to the chaplaincy, to the prison.
And you just did
prison.
a video recently. I was there on the filming of the video, and you did it with another local artist named Marika Stewart.
That's right. Yeah.
And it was actually a video about your heartfelt about your future wife one day, and I'm certain that God is going to bring you that special woman on this journey.
Right.
And so you're reaching out into the prisons, you're doing concerts, you're speaking. You speak at the church sometimes too,
and colleges.
And the colleges. You're going to the universities, schools.
Yeah.
What else?
I do all those too. And I'm writing a book right now.
Right, that's right. You're writing a book.
Because
what is
of
the name
you.
What is the name of the book?
Well, right now I'm thinking to call the book Promise, Brighter Day. So a promise of a brighter day.
Yes.
So wrote a song for it. I'm still in the middle of getting the book together.
Right.
It's just about my story.
Right.
And it's tougher than I thought. It's
I know I've written a book. It's not easy to do, but you know what? You'll find that through the writing of that book, you're going to find a lot of inner healing.
Yes.
It's very therapeutic.
So
you write all your own music too?
I work with producers.
And other producers?
I work with different producers.
Would it be fair to put you on the spot and ask you to do a quick rap for us? Come on.
No. Not prepared.
You're not prepared. They'll have to go check out your videos.
Yes,
right?
yes, please do check out my videos on my website.
Okay, well, I can definitely vouch that you are amazing at what you do.
Thank you.
What would you say was the main change in what you were searching for before in your past and what you have found today with the redemption in Jesus Christ?
Say that again. Sorry.
From the past and what you were going through before, you said you kept searching and you kept searching, but now you've actually found what you were searching for and finding the redemption in Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So what is it that you could say that has really, God has really given you to keep you going and never go back to what you went to?
You know, it's kind of funny because I believe that there's no such thing as perfect in this world.
Yes.
There's no perfect world right here, right now, because the world is so broken. Even though there's so many goodness in this world, there's always an evil force that's going against the godly forces.
That's true.
But with God, with the one true God, no matter what circumstance that you are in, there's always hope. You don't need to have everything figured out, because you won't. People nowadays, they try to figure out everything.
Seems can't do it on your own.
But you can't.
You can't do it on your own.
You don't even know what's going to happen to you next second.
That's right.
You can have everything planned out. I had everything planned out. I heard testimony after stories in prison. There's a whole variety of people in prison, from the people that would live on the streets.
People trying to figure it out on their own, but it was when you turned back to Jesus that He worked it out to you, right? So we're going to wrap it up right now. So thank you for sharing your story, Boz. You are so
you're very
inspirational.
welcome.
It just goes to show that it doesn't matter what you come from. Here you come from being so broken, gone to prison for 12 years, and now you've come out and God has turned your life around. And it just goes to show that there always is hope, and it doesn't matter what you've done, you can always find redemption and redeem your life.
That's right, in Christ.
Thank you for listening to the story of Boz Poone, and if you'd like to find out more about him, you can search Boz Poone on the internet and get more details about that, and come back next week and get more stories and of inspiration with Tania's Truth Talk. Thank you.